afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacaster from your host, Imperial Dane. Another double feature, yes indeed. First up, Angreifen vs Hellcats. Other one's gonna be, another exciting thing here. But we're starting out here with Wehrmacht versus Brits. The setting is 1944 Operation Market Garden is in full swing. A hasty counterattack here assembled with elements from the 1 and 7th Pan Brigade under Angreifen is launching an assault here with joint operations, mobile defense and elite troops. Joint operations actually beginning to appear a bit more in Wehrmacht meta choice there. Triple infantry versus the north, we got Hellcats fighting King and Country, the Commonwealth, the Guards, Armoured Division spearing ahead with commandos, special weapons and Royal Engineers. Double infantry and the Vickers, so setting out there aggressively for King and Country. In the south, we got the point that we scored with 8 more grenadiers built there just for Angreifen, no machine guns as of yet, just seeking out as much territory he can claim for Germany. Everything can be claimed for Germany, well, except for Germany, so that's already claimed. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. Universal Carrier flowing up there for Hellcats, rolling out for the Commonwealth in a few seconds. What's happening with the Universal Carrier? He got lost. How? Well, apparently the Germans been naming everything Adolf Hitler Strasse. It's causing a real logistical cock-up. Oh, yeah. The Germans are smarter than they seem to be. Well, it's either that or they just don't care. Anyway, it's going to do moving ahead. We've got lead troops for Angreifen, setting out there for some more offensive action. Grenades being handed out to the Grenadiers. G40 fleets also waiting there. Plus Stormtroopers waiting to burst through doors and other things. Haha! It's nice. This is a broom cupboard. This is less than impressive. Pioneers setting out their third section away for Hellcats, more Grenadiers there for Angreifen, so infantry versus infantry, of course, with the surprise Universal Carrier there for Hellcats. Point there secured. Grenadiers setting out. Back here, we've got nothing further going on. We got the third Grenadier squad almost done here. Still no machine guns versus the Brits. Might be just feels like they're not worth it, or Angreifen is trying out something new. It's a bit hard to determine exactly what is the battle plan. Sandbags, barbed wire going up. Interesting enough, not around the carve point, but around the munitions point. Interesting. Grenadiers setting out here for Angreifen, going straight for the section, going straight for the jugular. Pulling ahead here, catching the section, on also taking man losses there out in the open. Already there, Rudolf and Heinrich stumble dead. And might have to retreat very soon. Gunners moving up there. About could see wipe in the early moments. That'll be pretty terrible there. And they go Pioneers rushing in instead. Even as the section they're trying to get down the Grenadiers, the Pioneers gets a lot of good hits in the section, allowing them to win the engagement there. Might be he's planning a sniper now here versus Hellcats to bleed out. There's Tommies, there's verdammte Inselaffen to leave them dead on the road to hell. I thought this was a road to Arnhem. It's a figure of speech, Rudolf. It's a figure of speech. Back here, Grenadiers, MD42 final round here for Angreifen for Germany. Sandbags going up here, far up there, just in case. Also need to note the Hellcats, I think, might have overlooked something. Just, or maybe there. So, it's great we're getting the fuel, right? Right. Oh, damn it. Let's just not mention it to the commander. Hopefully it sorts itself out. I think here, Hellcats might have got himself caught up a bit too much in the assault here. On Angreifen, certainly if he can pull it off, I mean, it's going to work. He's still going to get more resources, but it is a bit funny that he still hasn't grabbed the fuel point. It does stand out a bit like a sore thumb that just got hit repeatedly with a big hammer. And there you go, Grenadiers pushing north at Angreifen, trying to outmaneuver. He's trying to force a response that pulls away from the front line rather than attacking head on. I'd say that he's tactically the best response there. Angreifen's got a bit sort of here in the south. But he's clearly not just going to take a hit because he's pretty much aware that Hellcats is expecting this. So if he's just attacking into, he's just attacking into what is being expected, which is usually not the best plan. If you're operating on what your opponent's actually expecting, you're usually just going to get shot to pieces because your opponent is usually going to try and, set up in such a manner he takes the least damage while doing the most. Unless he's an idiot or Italian. Anyway, it's going to do this reinforcing Pioneers moving about. Back here we got AC on the way there for Hellcats. So far the start for Angreifen is a bit rough. Not looking the best one here. Gonna do this moving up. Back here, bunker up for Angreifen as well. Take off happening. Gonna push back the Universal Carrier and the section. Let's see a small chance. Alright, here, small chance. University is doing some heavy damage. But not quite enough. Up here we got the MB42 versus the section, pushing them back. Roughly and rudely.
Production upgrade accomplished.
Grenadiers moving up. Other Grenadiers got there, sort of threatening to flank. About. University moving in. MB4 turning back. They probably could stand to be a bit more active. They got 4 Grenadiers, MB42. Could Angreifen be planning a tier 3 rush here? That's going to be a bit of a surprise move. Not the sort of build we saw a lot there from him. Medic bunker up. We got the Grenadiers playing up behind the section, and they do like a bit of firepower. Can't quite go for the G43s yet. Tech of his done, but he's not anything with there. So again, might be he's planning a tier 3 rush, but very interesting. He did pull it off, but he's going to be a bit faster about it. And there's also the issue of him being harassed by Hellcats. So I'm not entirely sure it's going to work out fully functionally there for Angreifen. Back here, the healing going on there. Nothing further. Machine just remains here in a small hut. Savage charging forwards. Sten guns in hand, ready to clear out some filthy hands as long as the magazine doesn't jam up. As the Sten gun had a bit of a design flaw with the magazine, is apparently what was known as a single feed, and those are apparently not very good. There's, by the way, a design issue that the M3 grease gun also shared. Yeah, we'd like to make a nice company here. It's not a tier 3 rush. He might have planned for it, but again, with the fuel harassment there from Hellcats, by finally secured the fuel point, it's obviously not going to work out too satisfactorily. AC following up there for Hellcats. For King and Country, the Commonwealth section holding up. Here's Angreifen slowly pushing back, but he's not exactly having an easy time. This is hardly the butterfront, which is basically what they call Denmark. So, I mean, as you can imagine, Denmark was not exactly the most difficult of German fronts. The only attacks they probably had to worry about were heart attacks from all the eating. University was the Grenadiers pulling forwards. Shots fired. We got Storms to be available for Angreifen. The so far doesn't look like it's going to go for him. He doesn't have ammunition to really get anything out of it. Pack 40 following up there. Some might actually go for the 2-2 in this situation, but in most cases you'd also expect an AC, so going for the Pack 40 is probably the better choice. Also lots of mines from Hellcats. Very good. Less good, obviously, for Angreifen, but that's kind of the point. Alternating bolted sections there for Hellcats, for the guards armoured, increasing the strength with which they can lay down the rule of King George upon their hand. Pack 40 almost done. And certainly a good thing he did not go for the 2-2, because that would have been very much in a lot of trouble here with the AC. University, they gain veteran C2. Back here, healing reinforcement going for Angreifen. Swift pursuit here of the Grenadiers. Could take them out, could take them out. Troops suppressed, and there you go. Grenadiers wiped out, annihilated. Left for dead. Well, because they are dead. Back 40 out, Grenadiers moving in as well here. Pressure once more around the car front. He doesn't have a doctor and allows his vehicles to grab. He's of course going to move up troops. That means he's going to have to somehow dig out the machine gun. Though of course the AC can somewhat deal with that. Grenadiers moving in, of course, need to be careful. Flank is exposed due to the section of the case. He's going to have to deal with that one first. And there you go. One shot, one kill. One armoured car on fire. Like University on fire. In fact, it's beyond on fire. It's burned out. MD4 setting up the ground munitions, so up north, a bit more pressure here. Still nothing further going. He could consider Pentagon these for all these sections, particularly unupgraded sections. The Pentagon these assault rifles can work out reasonably well. Oh, Panzerfaust. Sadly, it's not going to set off the mines. That's something they actually could do in Company as 1. In fact, a fun little trick that was actually trying to time it correctly, so when M20 was down laying down a mine, you Panzerfaust it, setting off the mine, destroying the M20. That was really fun. Obviously not for the American player. Grabbing the point up here, Pioneers moving about. He could consider some mines. Instead, we got more Pioneers here for Angreifen, for Deutschland, the 107th Panzer Brigade. AC unit repairs, and we got weapon racks there. We also got grenades for Hellcats, swiftly ensuring that most of his men are properly equipped and upgraded. Good Lord, Terrence, that's the T set. You need grenades. But what if we get thirsty? Look, that's not going to dig out the Germans from a duck-in position. Get the grenades, you twat! Grenadiers moving out. Back here, troops in reinforcement. Got another machine gun out here for Angreifen. No sign of tech up from him. Pack 40 though not getting a good hit in the AC. Machine gun needs to reposition before that gets slid up. And the pack heroically shoots some sandbags to bits. Hit for the carve point though is disrupted by the Tommies. Now they're going to squat the force that leaves the Pioneers deeply exposed. We can see the Angreifen hits the retreat button very wisely. Machine gun crew down there for Angreifen, giving him now 2 machine guns which to hold up the British troops, but armour I still think should be, you know, a priority within the near future. We got minesweepers up though, which are very much needed. Probably should be careful about, you know, sweeping them while under fire from the Tommies. Big push out for the centre of the section, moving up, leaving the less good section there to sandbag, grab the centre victory point, the other push for the car point. Needs to let the machine gun, the negative cover's a bit risky, but still catch the section before they open up properly. He should have a good chance, and there you go. Tommies swept with righteous machine gun fire. And left, well, to get shot to bits, but there you go. Artillery called in here, 25-pounder guns will be zoning in. Gonna need still flanking up behind to take advantage of the suppressed troops. Very good prioritization there. Machine gun needs to get out of there fast. Pack 40 also trying to move into the zone here. This is gonna get ugly. Oh, 9. Section they're getting glassed by the gun. Leaves machine gun repositioning. More 25-pounder gun fire. Slowly going down back here. Healing enforcement. Still on take up there further for Angreifen. Pack 40. White grenade off there. Prevent them from grabbing the point bolts. Plus the units in such a weak condition trying to grab them, they, you know, lose them, plus the pack 40 would still probably get knocked out again. Section flanking up here with grenade machine needs position again. This is a really dicey situation here for Angreifen. Machine gun white, pretty big loss here, pack 40 and the MD42 versus the Hellcats. Some stern measures need to be taken to stem the tide here, otherwise he might receive a visit from the Gestapo. Machine gun then recruit with the section, Panterfaust off in the AC, needs to shoot the grenadiers here. Both of them. Rifle grenade off against the machine gun. Almost got it. Pioneers there, but sadly the Tommies make off with a bloody machine gun. Those stealing swine. Machine gun sending out his sabs out in the open. Gonna get potentially white. If the machine gun end off hits, there we go. The AC is trying to take out the pack 40, but the sappers have paid with their life for their transgressions against the German people. Big as they're stunned up, but not quite enough. Not quite enough. I might just allow the grenadiers to flank instead of rifle grenades first. I mean, you can steal that, that would be of help. AC still operable. No takeover there for Angreifen still. Close to getting the Vickers there, but sadly, fortune does not favour Angreifen or the fatherland. Oh, wait, never mind, it did. It did in the end. Maybe you should grab set machine and give out Ludwig 9. Let's just stand over here if he can't get shot at. Got stormtroopers up here. Some interesting choice there. Trying to get that bloody AC, shooting for a haystack, and there we go, the AC finally bites the bullet, a really big bullet of that. In fact, you might call it a shell. Nothing further still happening there. Machine gun could be reclaimed here by Hellcats. Angreifen should definitely make a run for it, just to have a machine gun plus the Vickers is pretty good. There you go, looks like he's realising it, but it could be too late now. Can he make it in time before the Tommies arrive to ruin the party? Ooh, close one there. Could have lost the Grenadier squad there. Things are going slightly differently. And he should be able to make off with the Vickers here. So, bit lucky there for Angreifen 2 times in a row. Big push here. They got the Bren guns now, of course, being handed out to the men as well. At least the more reliable of the men who can actually hit a target. I want to use the machine gun too. You literally can't hit the broadside of a barn. The last time you tried, you managed to hit an aircraft. One of ours. Big push here, machine gun needs to fall back. Grenadiers sweeping through here, back there, still no take up there for Angreifen.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Up north, big push of the Grenadiers trying to flank behind, but instead run straight into the machine gun here. Might have been spotted, seen through here by Hellcats. And both Grenadiers, of course, they're suppressed. We've got double rifle grenades here, and that should be able to get the machine gun and reclaim it for Deutschland. There we go. Pop goes the weasel. Grenadiers still not good condition. Can he make for it? Will Hellcats be able to stop that? Back here, still no take for Angreifen. I hope he's not going to just try and stall for a Tiger raise. That'd be a bit silly. Meanwhile, Grenadiers here now trying to defend the machine gun claimed by the Tommies in the centre machine gun, pushing back the British. And he might have to retreat here, giving up the machine gun there to the Tommies once more. Big is that getting grenade and shot at. Risky maneuver here by Angreifen. Almost loses the machine gun here to the Tommies, but he does manage to keep it out of their tea-stained hands. Machine gun pack 40 moving up here. Gonna again try and for a flank instead of attacking head-on. Storm's leaning forward. There you go. Concussive grenade. Ooh, still forcing them out to negative cover the Storms to get a better chance of actually murdering the blighty bastards. Back here, troops in reinforcing. Still take out there for Angreifen. Hellcats is taking up. He's going to push for armor here. Angreifen does have the fuel, so it's a bit disconcerting. He's not pulling for. And there you go. Machine gun in the front recruit, but we got the other one here. Angreifen still has more machines. There you go. Bun grenade off this time around. Doesn't really do too much. Still not much happening there. There you go. Grenade off. Stormtroopers almost exterminated, but they barely pull through. Well, auto pull through. The rest didn't. And we got commandos. Here's our commandos versus elite troops. Oh dear. I still think the biggest oh dear still is Angreifen not having tech. Section holding up. Grenadiers moving in. There you go. Push them back. And there you go. Commandos in north here, right by the machine gun. A bold insertion there. And by Hellcats, but nothing to really get punished for. Almost gets Angreifen and MD42. They've been quite harsh. Commando charging into all the ponies and the flamethrowers. Taking quite a bit of damage from the MP40s and the Flammenwerfer. Up here, a bit more maneuvering. Mine goes off. Didn't quite catch them all. There you go. Flanking the MD42 with the Grenadiers. Going to probably try and rifle grenade it. Still no tech up. He really would benefit from attack before he get hits with it. And there you go. Machine gun to wipe for another time. But he once more lacks the squad to grab it. Or is he actually going to sacrifice the Grenadiers to do it? No, he isn't. Thank the heavens, that'd be a bit silly. There you go, grenade off. Commandos constantly charging forwards. I think a bit Hellcats they're losing sight of things. Back here, kind of the grabbing territory there. Section running for the machine gun once more. We got the other machine guns pushing up here with Stormtrooper support. And now the gliders acting as target practice with the machine gun crew. Machine gun recruit for the umpteenth time. Of course, glider of course also serves as a reinforcement point, so you can just reinforce the stuff here, forming up a strong point around it. Troops in reinforcing. Fun fact: British glider pilots are actually expecting to support and fight along the troops, whereas American glider pilots could basically just do whatever they wanted to after they landed the glider. Some basically just went out and got drunk. Fun fact. Section versus Grenadiers. He's been caught out in the open. Not a good spot there for Angreifen. Not a good spot. Still floating a lot of fuel. It's certainly starting to look like he's actually trying to pull off a Tiger Race stall, which is really greedy in some ways and definitely not something I'd advise. But you know, hopefully I'm proven wrong. Hopefully Angreifen's got a few tricks up his sleeve. One thing about Angreifen, but it can also make some really interesting and interesting times. He does also, I think, a tendency of just playing, shall we say, very rigidly. Like, he has a plan and then he absolutely sticks to it, which occasionally leads to some sort of weird situation where, because he refuses to deviate from plan, things go a bit awry, to put it mildly.
We're losing a capture point.
So we'll have to see what's exactly going on. If it is basically him just sticking utterly rigidly to a plan that's called stall for the Tiger Race, or there's something else going on he's trying to adapt. By the way, Hellcat's going to force him to react. He's going to send a tank at him, and Angreifen's only got a single pack 40 to stop that, which is not quite enough. Bring out the pack 40 machine gun as well here. Big push into them, might push in for the fuel point. And the West Grenadiers machine gun there, finding out against the Tommies as well. So much fuel there, so much fuel. Grenade off. Oh, still ends up doing a lot of damage. More chance of getting the section, which would certainly hurt Hellcats. But fortune smiles upon him this time around, rather than Angreifen. Back here, troops in reinforcing. Tiger Ace plan seems even more likely here for Angreifen. Cromwell almost done.
There's a rather splendid Cromwell ready to go.
Need to get that machine and give it out. Cromwell out there rolling forwards for the Guards Armoured. Commanders moving about. MD42 needs to get out of there as well, but there you go, hitting the fuel point. It's going to force a withdrawal, but there you go. Hellcats, as in case, got a spearhead moving forward there. Cromwell Commando forming up a tactical assault group, ready to smash through the German lines, punch those Jerry Snozzers in, and steal their lunch money. Did we really steal their lunch money? I don't think Hitler gives them any. We just steal whatever they got. Alright, I can do that. Heinous is suffering a frightful beating. Oh! Finally taking up there. Finally taking up. Stormtrooper with a Panzerschreck. The Ketzen Panzerbüchse. Nice work. But yeah, he's going to actually then pull for some Panzer. I'm just surprised it took him this long. He usually set it up soon and maybe, try and push for, say, a Panzer IV, which could then head out easily by now. If not sooner. So again, I'm guessing he could have been caught up in there, or just, again, was so stuck up in a possible Tiger Race stall plan that he just, now found himself, forced to pull for Panzer. A bit disappointing, moping about like, a child, told to clean up their room. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go for the regular Panzer, mother. Probably making, slightly mocking face in the process.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
From these advancing in the section, caught in negative cover, they're forced to retreat to a less negative position. Need that heavy support corps soon. Angreifen. Mach schnell.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Crom sending out, catching the gun, these out in the open. Vickers sending out their ground, they've cut off point again. More samples out there to assist with armoured repairs. Also mines. Laying them and possibly spotting any of them so far. Angreifen has, besides not proving to be a keen tech until absolutely forced to, it seems, not particularly keen on the whole, mining business either. There you go. Might be here. That Hellcats pushes luck a bit too far, but no. Did not in this case. He had possibly timed out recently sufficiently well enough, but still a bit risky there. Pushing in a tank with only half health. One mistake there, and that tank would have been toast. Burnt toast. Still nothing there, no heavy Panzer Corps. As he decided to once more just stall for the Tiger Race, he sort of go, you know what, I can probably pull this off anyways. Hard to say there, Angreifen, hard to say. He can be a bit of an enigma, a cipher, an unknown entity.
The capture point is being overrun.
Pioneers versus the Commandos. But yeah, it seems like he's just back to the Tiger Race stall plan. He is back to it. Which is certainly, something we haven't seen in ages, to be honest. Tiger Race stalls just even rarer than Tiger stalls. But it looks like Angreifen is here and just wow the audience with that. Behold my latest trick! I stole for Tiger Ace and ruined my opponent's day and dreams. Are you sure about his dreams? Yeah, most people tend to have them ruined by this. Guaranteed. Then this was the section out in the open. Cromwell number 2 almost done. Tiger Race super close. He's got the fuel. He almost has the manpower, and then he can just begin taking Hellcats to work here. Hellcats, by is going to need more mines to stop that one. Plus, there's only one flaw in Hellcats' force composition. He probably should be anticipating this because he's not used to this. He's not, but he's going to need something with bigger guns than the Cromwell. Theoretically he can do it, but the thing is the Tiger is so mobile. If Angreifen handles it correctly, he's going to need some serious anti-tank firepower to start with, like 6 pounder guns and Fireflies. 2 Cromwells, depending on the situation, can actually end up struggling. In particular, right now, they're currently strung out, far from each other. Meaning, like, the best chance, of course, is just swarming the Tiger race, and it's going to need probably at least one more Cromwell, but currently, in fact, it's rolling further ahead. It's completely unsuspected. There's going to be, like, tiny Villiers Bocage. Except it's in Holland. Stormtroopers are wiped out. There you go, Tiger is going for it. Shoots, misses, but once more, there's a particular flaw in Hellcats' force composition. He's actually got no real way of stopping the Tigers. I mean, technically the science with their stun grenade, Stormtroopers, absolutely no armor. On the other hand, there's another flaw in Angreifen's plan, which of course he's got barely any of the victory points. So Hellcats could still win this. Easy. So, I mean, obviously, also another reason to be careful about these sort of plans. I mean, you might not be able to grab the victory points in time and have enough in the back target, of course. On the hand, if it does, you know, pull through, I mean, you know, Hellcats is going to be in a very sore spot. Got the victory point, they almost got the one here. Cromwell's back for repairs, Tiger is rolling ahead. My God, this is almost like Villiers Bocage. Yeah, except because the Brits were sort of in here. Yeah, it's almost like they didn't expect us. Yeah, and it's almost like we telegraphed it to them. Yeah, usually they're smarter than that. Yeah, usually. But admittedly, they were rather overconfident when it came to Operation Market Garden, to put it very mildly. One of my favourite things is, amongst other things, they basically didn't anticipate the Germans being able to reinforce Holland, which is right next to Germany, for months. But there you go, trying to outmaneuver it, but the problem is, again, the Cromwell's are low in health, the Tiger is very mobile, which is really important. Makes it much easier to keep track of the tanks. There we go, one Cromwell down, Sabbath's pushed out. Other Cromwell about to go down, and Hellcat still has absolutely no other anti-tank guns, funny gun, but always worth noting. Not really many more mines, and no Piets either. He's just completely blindsided. There's something he really should have been seen coming. But again, I suspect this is basically down to the fact that no one really does this. And there you go, sections just being plastered across the side of the company command post. I do say, it's raining outside. What? Men? It's raining men. Yes. Well, if I was into chaps, I like that, but I'm rather into women, so not. Well, these men are in pieces. Oh, well, never mind then. Tigers, they're just crushing Hellcats. Outside his own base. Well, inside his own base, really. Tiger is falling back. There you go. Finally the Piets, but it's just too little, too late. So yeah, always be sure to keep an eye on what your opponent is doing, what you might be seeing sort of indicating of doctrinal choices, and very much keep in mind, if you see stun grenades and stormtroopers and G43s, he's gone for elite troops. You're seeing absolutely no medium armor. He's stalling for the ace. Hellcats, it seems, just wasn't prepared and completely overlooked that, so Angreifen was able to win this easily with the Tiger race and 39 points left, so always prepare. Always read your opponent. Keep in mind what you're doing. If you don't, you get steamrolled. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this little bit here. There's, of course, another match coming up. So stay tuned. Stay tuned, dear viewers. And we're off here to the races. The second part of this double feature. It's Heinous versus Twistedtootsy. Yes, indeed. Another big name with another not so big name, but also a pretty good play here. Me going straight in here. France 1944 Normandy. 17th Luftwaffe Division is forced to hold the line here as the Americans under Twistedtootsy and the 3rd Armored Division try to break through. But the 17th Luftwaffe Division has been tasked with holding the line until reinforcements can arrive. We got here Ostrom Doctrine, obviously, to sort of represent that, with double Ostrom bullets, including faster times to dispatch and also slightly hard hit. And finally, more range than the Panzerfaust versus tactical support, recon support, mechanized company. Of course, with Twistedtootsy, you might as well read mechanized company, mechanized company, mechanized company. If he could, he would. Guaranteed. Double reason start here for Twistedtootsy, long to grab more territory. Of course, he stalls for the mechanized, so you know, stall and stall, you know, waits for it. And we go, mechanized chosen, and dodge truck time. Meanwhile, Heinous here pulling for a lot of Ostrom. He should be anticipating this, but so far, what's interesting to note, if you've got no infantry company, there's absolutely no Panzerfaust for Heinous, meaning he's actually betting on somehow stopping the Dodge truck without a Panzerfaust. That's pretty brave there by Heinous. That is pretty brave. That's courageous. Or insane. Possibly both. Machine gun... Ah, there's wire there. Wait, why are they going in since barbed wire in front of the door? Ah, can't we just remove it? Nine. I don't have the wire cutters. Or the gloves. Machine guns sending out awesome quick reports. They're easily done here. Third awesome squad there for Heinous. MG4 to open the rear since quickly suppressing the bastards. Need to pull back the machine guns. So we've got rifle inside the Dodge truck. And there you go. Heinous hits retreat button harder than he's ever done so in his life before, I hope. More work there from the rear since the Dodge truck rolls at Austin coming up there again. I think Twistedtootsy is a bit worried. Might he have Panzerfaust or not? But so far, Heinous does not have a single Panzerfaust. Again, he's just facing this motorized dynamo with just no Panzerfaust. He's basically relying on rifle fire to stop this with a rifle squad in it using Osttruppen. I mean, either he's drinking of the same stuff that Twistedtootsy is, or he's got something else going on there beneath the hood. Down here, points being secured. MG14 are also pursuing the rifleman in the Dodge truck. Other squad here are defending against the liaison squad, pushing out the flank. Heinous trying to grab as much territory at the same time, but also, you know, trying to keep some sort of cohesive core that can stop the Dodge truck, because that's pretty much right now where sort of Twistedtootsy laying most of his punches. That's where that one there goes. Actually splitting up there, which might make it easier to defend on the west. We've got reason they're taken out by the Osttruppen. Getting local superiority using the Osttruppen. Good play there by Heinous. Whatever wipes he can gain versus Twistedtootsy, the better. And there you go, secondary squad now being rushed by the Osttruppen by the Luftwaffe Feldtruppen. More pioneers on the way there for Heinous. They're being shot to bits. And finally, Twistedtootsy realizes what's going on, calls it back before another tragedy unfolds. In the face of Heinous, most heinous defense. Take up happening now. Needs to get out the light to make a nice company partner for the 2-2, but it also unlocks the Panzerfaust for the Osttruppen. So basically lots of benefits there. Dodge truck rolling back, no 50 caliber there ready. We got the lieutenant on the way of a Twistedtootsy. Lieutenant Diane. Bit more to go for lay down the light to make a nice company. Pioneers with flammers ready to scorch some Yankees. Burning them out horrifically, and there you go, like to make a nice company up for Heinous. Hard work there being done. And fuel punch secured there by Twistedtootsy, though not connected. But still, what we can do to slow down Heinous' fuel income, of course, is great, because that means he can gain a lead. It usually seems to be a sticky position for them out, since they overall, you know, have to spend a lot more resources and time overall anyway, so anything that can be done to slow them down tends to be much more impactful. But there you go, like to make a nice company up. The 2-2 is definitely going to be delayed. They could go for Panzer Grenadiers or Pack 40 in the meanwhile. The 2-2 would be great. There's the Dodge truck and possibly a few other light vehicles Twistedtootsy might be heading at. Though, again, the anti-aircraft tactic, which is very likely to, since it's very much American meta at the moment, is likely going to require Pack 40 or a lot of 2-2s, and certainly the fuel income does not particularly allow that here for Heinous at the moment. But, you know, there's always room for surprises, and so far Heinous is definitely full of surprises. Got Lieutenant moving up, we got the machine gun coming out, the flank rifle near close has been cut off, but there you go, up close the Osttruppen will lose the Lieutenant, who just packs so much more firepower. Could contain the officer here, but Heinous seems to be a no officer man, at least at the moment. There you go, Twistedtootsy pulling for the anti-aircraft tower attack for some mobile firepower. Pioneers on the retreat, back here, troops reinforcing. Got the 2-2 for Heinous. Again, either he is drinking of the same font that Twistedtootsy is drinking off, or he's got some very calculated risk in mind here, because he should be anticipating the anti-aircraft tower in the 2-2, because that is certainly quite risky. It's not impossible, but it's not wildly, you know, easy either. We also note here mines being laid down to catch up exactly to do anything else there from Heinous in terms of vehicles. Good play by Twistedtootsy, good foresight. Also, the reason he goes for a lot of those rear stunts, he can just throw down a lot of light anti-tank mines. Also need to fall back around the point here. And there we go, got the medics on the way there for Heinous. And we got the 2-2 on the field. Sent in from a nearby Panzer Division to provide support. In this case, the 2nd Panzer Division to back up the 17th Luftwaffe Felddivision. Back here, healing enforcement. Also number 5 there from the anti-aircraft half-track. And Pioneers caught laying down telemines. And Heinous has not realised he's been caught there with his Pioneers until it's a bit too late. And obviously, unless Twisted is really not paying attention, you'd also realise there's mines there. But it can be he's not paying attention there. Panzerhaus and anti-aircraft half-track buys Mr. Heinous a bit more time. It's going to take a bit while to get repaired, but not by a lot. Need to fix up the half-track there. Back here, Pioneers reinforcing. To the superseding repairs, 50 come on the way there for Twistedtootsy. Heinous, we've not clear intent on what he's going. He's probably going to go for some arm at some point, but he's probably going to need to pack 40 first because, again, the 2-2 versus all this is, I feel, a bit risky. Otherwise, at least going to have some panting moves. Maybe with Panther Shakes, they could put a bit of fear of the falling into Twistedtootsy. Maybe. Then again, Twistedtootsy does appear like a chap who drank of the holy grail of madness. Insanity. Got the dog shot there. Lieutenant barely makes it out alive. Most of the men did not. After they quickly zooms around the corner, we've got a reconnaissance in here from Twistedtootsy as well, getting a full clear view there of Heinous' lines. Good work there, good work. 2-2 Hemingway, in fact, he marked it. I mean, that's one way of doing it, I guess. Since the aircraft, I believe, also provides a bit of line of sight, so interesting move there by Mr. Tootsie. Here we got the pack falling in the way there. He's clearly again worried about any vehicles and other stuff that might arrive there. Twistedtootsy just bringing up the 50 calibers to shoot those cracks to bits. Pack 40 almost done there, and there you go. The half-track running forwards aggressively, boldly at Heinous. And there you go, 2-2 going for the maneuver. He's going to try and get in front of it. MT-42 sitting up front, there he goes, using the tank trap to prevent him from easily getting in front. Easily down more. Oh, the cheeky, cheeky bastard. Successfully saved the anti-aircraft, just laying down unfinished tank traps which blocked the pathing of the 222. Dirty maneuver there, but successful. Also, most of the 50 cavalry here. Probably should fall back. Heinous can soon take up. But we'll see if he does it. And of course, instead of going for the Pack 40, you could just try and set up for the supply drop, which could just use something to recruit the Ostrom plus machine gun and fuel and munitions. I mean, that might in fact have been a better investment in the game for the Pack 40. To be honest, now that I'm thinking about it. There's some charging the machine and the Ostrom doing with the best, but the cover is faltering alongside the morale. Another 2-2 for Heinous. That's an interesting move here. See with all these 50 calibers out as well, but Heinous seems determined he wants another 2-2. He wants more reconnaissance vehicles. Pioneers are clearing out the 50 caliber with the MP40, smashing down those armies, but sadly they get hammered themselves by 250 calibers. Second 2-2 almost done there for Heinous. Of course, he might be planning using the 2-2 as bait for the Pack 40. I mean, that's also a way of doing it. And there you go. Pack 40 shoots, misses spectacularly with the anti-aircraft half-track. And there you go. Southeast Twistedtootsy trying to sort out another front. He's trying to outmaneuver Heinous, of course, focusing most of his guns to the centre. Leaves a big blind spot here. But of course, the 2-2 can be used as a stolen flank here. Also called spotted. So, could be a reason here that Heinous using flank security or flank reconnaissance. Possibly. Can't rule that out here, in which case good move by Heinous, though Pant's going to do something else to back, that would be great. Maybe the officer, I mean, he'd definitely benefit a lot from that. I think a lot of people tend to look at the artillery field officer. Back here, troops being reinforcing, nothing further going on there for Heinous. Fuel point there being secured. And we got more mines here, S-mines around the cutoff point. It's clearly anticipating Twister is going to try and rush it, and so sets up to cover there. Mines there have been removed as anticipated. Losing the fuel point, of course, we see the Twistedtootsy using the house here. It's going to be difficult for Heinous to just quickly clear it out. because the half-tick just covers any corners around it, and the rifle can just sort of shoot at it. So it's going to require some firepower and some work there for Heinous to push ahead and reclaim the fuel point from Tootsie, though of course he could sneak up here, though there's a 50 caliber nearby as well there, covering up the corner house. Still, Heinous here goes for it, flushes out the rifle with the flamethrower. Of course, there's still the threat of the half-track, the M15A1. And goes straight into it with a 2-2, need to be careful. Machine gun there. Shooting a bit of American troops. West side there, we got the resistance pushing up. Good work there by Mr. Tootsie. Heinous there clearly feeling on the defensive. He is though taking up. See how good. It's still going to take him a while to get anything out of it. Still taking up in time is a really good move. A really good move. Shows foresight and planning. Moving out the 50 caliber to grab the centre victory point, realising he's Heinous pulling back the front line to get more aggressive with the 50 caliber, which of course is a very flexible machine gun. Of North also catch the vision, they go for the cuff point, but S-mines are bound, ready to blow up some Yankees. Here we go. Almost got the entire unit there wiped. Support core still not there, but they got the awesome rushing in there. Go, got the wipe. Good work there for Heinous. S-mines paid themselves off quite nicely, leaving Twistedtootsy short of a few re-echelons. Any wipes here that Heinous can gain versus Twistedtootsy will pay themselves off, I think, quite nicely. And the Tootsie can soon join in the fun as well. But Heinous and the 17th Luftwaffe Field Division are quite on the defensive against the Yankees. Got the Tootsie against the re-echelons. Pushing hard. 50 caliber flying. We need to retreat the Ostrom soon, and there goes the Pomacor going up. Still going to take time to get anything. He could consider Strude here versus Twistedtootsy once he gets up, because Twistedtootsy is more likely to be pushing medium arm versus him. But of course, he could try and stall for the Panzer IV to also deal with the infantry, though versus 76mm Germans. The Panzer IVs will be a bit outmatched, to put it mildly. And there you go. Panzer gun is for Heinous, realizing he does need some higher quality infantry to help carry the fight versus the Yankees. He aims for the Panzer Grenadier. Good move there. In particular, Panzer Grenadiers do work better in supporting tanks in the maneuver than Ostrom really only work in cover. So there's a lot of points that Ostrom just do not work well, but where you kind of need Panzer Grenadiers to really then kick up the pace. There you go, caught with the half-tick, got the pack 4 moving up to the flank, 2 being repaired. S-mines being set off for the half-tick. Ostrom, they're just drawing fire. In fact, he's just using them as bait, as cannon fodder to draw attention away from a potential flank. But there you go, 50 caliber covering up that flank, flanking the pack 40. Bad middleman there for Heinous. Twitter's almost good to go. Ostrom could try and flank up behind here for the south, maybe catch up some Twistedtootsy forces there. And there you go, bun grenade, flashing the Yankees out in the open. And there you go, S-mines, few still about, take out the lieutenant. Those S-mines have been great here for Heinous. That is 2 units wiped thanks to those S-mines. That is great value, actually. I mean, I think he actually laid down a full feed, which is actually 60 munitions. So, I mean, that is really good value. Definitely something that's paying off. Great difference to the Heinous. The Twistedtootsy, of course, is still pretty much by his throat with a very large knife, or really sharpened tablespoon, depending on how you imagine Twistedtootsy inside your head. Double 50 calibers here, though he's really dug in. This is also a situation where really good flanks requires some artillery. And the thing is, Heinous does not have a shred of artillery. So he's going to have to, I think, rely on a really good flank on Twistedtootsy breaking off. But there you go, Panzer pulling through here, through the fight. Other units destroying the fight. There you go, bun grenade, 1 machine gun. Good get hit with the awesome. There you go, the awesome flank, and somehow, despite having terrible action out in the open, get the 50 caliber. Brutal fighting continues here. Other 50 caliber, they could go down as well. Twistedtootsy needs to get out of there fast after there with 18 kills, hammering away into the crouch. Those Nazi bastards. Rifling up through the south, pushing away the Ostrom there. Machine gun there could advance a bit further. There goes 76 on the Sherman for Twistedtootsy, but he has paid a high price for his push and defense of the car front, partly again thanks to those S-mines. S-mines, when you really do not want visitors. Not available at your local supermarket. Back here, troops healing, reinforcing, preparing for the next big push against the armies. Twistedtootsy, of course, rolling ahead. And 76 more Sherman. They're almost done for Twistedtootsy. And there you go. Pack 40 shoots. Spectacularly misses the half track again. But yeah, he's going for the Panther 4 though. Again, Stu could be helpful, but he might just be feeling he needs to worry more about the infantry, though. I would say he's doing reasonable work there, so the Stu got feel the person better, but ultimately it's down to Heinous here. Of course, he is the commandant. I am merely the spectator, the master of propaganda, providing my own insight and thoughts. But yeah, Panther 4 is still a good choice. But there you go, Panther there, of course, proving themselves also a really good choice. In particular versus unupgraded Rifle, Panther are great. I do feel like Panther in that sense get a bit overlooked versus the Americans. A particular pair of Panther squads can do a surprisingly large amount of damage. There goes Sherman hitting hits here from the Pack 40 to get the Panthers out of there. Schnell. Would be a shame to lose them now. Heinous. Whew, lucky one there. Ostrom machine moving up here. We've got the 50 caliber there at the ready. Pack 40 moving in, being hauled forward. Ostrom going up here in the centre. We've got the Americans sitting in victory points. Wise Twistedtootsy's got a fat lead here at 444 versus 378. And there goes Tilly called in, immediately forcing out Heinous' machine gun. Good use of the artillery officer there, keeping Heinous from digging in too hard at any point. But there you go. Heinous can now go for the Panther 4 here. More support from the 2nd Panzer Division. Ostrom getting blasted here. Pack 40 almost getting the half track. Misses again. Pushing up for the center again for the car and this time with minesweepers. He's lost enough there. He's lost enough. Still no Panther 4 there for Heinous. I guess he's just preoccupied there to just quickly make a few presses and call in the Panther 4. I feel like we're forgetting something. Ah yes, the Panzers. Yeah, how could we forget that? You're an idiot, Ludwig. That's why I forgot it. You're an idiot. Back here, troops seem to be forcing Panther 4 there, finding on the way though. Twistedtootsy, of course. More smarts going off, though sadly not with a lot of Americans in them. Or fortunately not for a lot of Americans, depending on your perspective. And note here, of course, Twistedtootsy pulling a swift trick here, basically using the American design as intended, but actually switching out the crew on the anti-aircraft type and the Sherman. Now, in this case, the Sherman is now already with the full veteran half track. Veteran 2 approaching veteran 3, certainly highlighting how this can actually be really used for just trying to strengthen their momentum. This is kind of how the Americans are supposed to be playable. You're supposed to use your early advantage to push into the stronger mid-game, late-game by switching out the veteran crews there. So, Twistedtootsy is certainly showing you how to play the Americans. Thumbs up. So, of course, now he's got an already veteran 2 Sherman, and Heinous can only match with a veteran C not Panzer 4, and that's certainly again another way the Americans will use the early advantage to snowball ahead aggressively. And really something I feel like a lot of players neglect when they're playing with the Americans. They'll just, well, I got a veteran 3 vehicle, but it's not like I say, should switch out the crew to tank crew then, because, it's not like I benefit from having an already veteran 2 tank. But there you go. In this case, though, Pack 40 Panther 4 then getting the Sherman, forcing away there. It's still super close to the ace level already. He might be getting a bit overconfident there. Around the center victory point there with the Ostrom. Fixing up the Panzer 4. 5th Cavalry being flanked with the 222, which is actually close to the ace level itself. The Panzer 4 on the hand is far away, and unlike the Twistedtootsy, can't get the crew from the 222 into the Panzer 4. Sadly, they've been glued stuck to the seats. Rather than suppressed, 50 caliber being suppressed by the other 50 caliber. Heinous still not in a good map control situation. He does have armors, bring up more Pack 40s, and he does actually have the infantry advantage numerically, though. Arguably, having more Ostrom the opponent isn't necessarily the greatest thing, but he's got some Panzers back up, and they are veteran 2, which is great for Heinous. Still, he needs more fuel, he needs more Panzers, and he needs more dead Americans. He does actually have a slightly population-wise force there. Of course, part of it is just actually, I think he got the half track at some point, so yeah. Oh well, you can see that Twistedtootsy closing in the gap a bit, knocking out the 2-2. Not the biggest loss for Heinous at this stage, but even then it does put a bit of pressure off his shoulders. But I'm going for a flank. Most of the S-mines have been now cleared up, so less likely of just losing the rifle in there. Good luck for Twistedtootsy and good work. But he still ends up being pretty close thanks to the Panzer Grenadiers and the 50 caliber. Panther 4's the rear echelons, also moving in here as well. Need to be careful. A few casualties there. Panther 4 taking a hit from the Sherman, which is now by the way the ace level, meaning he has a very, very high rate of fire, great mobility, Great accuracy. I mean, it's just really lethal. It's an absolute monster. And then another EC8 on the way here for Twistedtootsy. Well, not EC8 but 76 from the Sherman. Slight difference is the EC8 actually has more health and more armor. But the other hand doesn't quite gain the same rate of fire bonuses as the 76 from the Sherman. Which more or less has the same Veteran 3 as the M4C Sherman. Which of course more or less has an autocannon at Veteran 3. It basically just needs to have another tank operating with it, in which case it gets the radio net bonus, at which point again it shoots very fast.
Enemy forces are securing
Well, there's the Panzer IV. And we got artillery called in here to keep Heinous at bay. He's also finally going to push up the left flank. But the Pack 40 is in the way. More artillery called in. When the centre pulled up, he'll be getting pounded by the 5th Guard, but they're preventing the Panzers from advancing on their goal, their objective. Also, we are desperately trying to get the Sherman with the Panzer, and they do succeed. Oh! Retreats at the last moment. Panzer will be going here for the 5th Guard, but they're pushing over the still 5th Guard, but more in the way. 7 kills from the Panzer IV. And there you go, both these 8 striking ahead here now, of course, again, with the radio net bonus. Flanking the Pack 40 in a really bad spot. As you might notice again, for every shot this one fires, the other one fires 2 shots. That is a lot of shots, more or less. So roughly again, for every shot it fires roughly 2 shots from this one. That is certainly not something to scoff at. That is a very high rate of fire because this, the non-veteran one, still shoots pretty fast. I believe it's roughly, you know, as fast as the CoH2 before they nerfed it. Now imagine a tank that can shoot twice as fast as that. You got the 76 from the Sherman. Panzer IV going through the 5th Caliber. Getting a flank up here with the Sherman. And go flanking up behind the Pack 40 with the Ace Sherman. There you go, leaving Heinous short and tank. There you go. Non-veteran Sherman getting hammered by the other Pack 40 and the Panzer IV here. Smoke's being laid down here, but it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Panzer IV though might try and go for the kill here. Close to Veteran 2, also close to the corner on the Panzer IV. Shoots, misses. Other Pack 4 being recruited. Other one hanging back in the base still. Oh, shoots. Does he shoot? Yes, he gets the Sherman. They're leaving once more. Twistedtootsy on the ace, but he's got 42 kills. 42 kills. That crew's been an absolute murder bender. Just tearing through Heinous' forces with its higher rate of fire. Air recons out for Twistedtootsy, trying to get a line or idea there of how Heinous position his force. Good move there, showing a great hit on the Panzer IV. Almost getting it there in a couple of shots because again it has incredible rate of fire. But there you go, hit from the Pack 40. Need to be careful over the ace. Would be a big loss here for Twistedtootsy, but to lose it now. Artillery calling the Pack 40 to flash out those cracked anti-tank guns. He could stand to try and flank more for him in this regard. He's not doing much. Partly problematic is the trauma of all those S-mines, but still he should consider, at least Heinous should consider more there, though of course he's a bit more start there. But technically he does have a larger force still than Twistedtootsy. On the other hand, versus the American, you still have to play cautious as the Wehrmacht because one mistake, you can actually find yourself having a very hard time getting back into the game in my personal experience. Another Panzer out there for Heinous. Big 2 points wise, he is still behind Twistedtootsy. Shots being fired. Push for the centre of the second Panzer IV slowly approaching. Panzer IV then M1, which is close to 82, being slowly worked at. Twistedtootsy probably going to pull for another Sherman soon. And another 76mm Sherman out here for Twistedtootsy. Shots fired at the 5th caliber. S-mine's going off, it's becoming a murder, and there you go. Veteran 2 for the Panzer IV, shuts it up. Shuts it up. Whoa! Someone's looking really bouncy there. There we go, second Panzer IV ready. But of course, Twistedtootsy soon has another 76mm Sherman ready. In this regard, Twistedtootsy is in control of the resources quite aggressively. Heinous just struggles so much, and there you go. got another 50 cal. On the other hand, of course, Twistedtootsy is paying out of his nose for this map control. I mean, he's taking huge losses in doing this. His unit preservation is a bit more weak here compared to Heinous, and that could certainly be increasing, I think, how Heinous wins this. He just slowly bleeds Twistedtootsy dry. And even then it's pretty risky because one mistake again he just gets swarmed. Particularly because if he loses too many, he doesn't get the same signal mission, because at that point he's not going to be able to get back in the game at all. Panzers need to retreat. We seem to lose them now. They're pretty much his best infantry unit versus the Americans. Oh, holy hell, good hit from the Panther and the Rifleman. Caught in the open, they make for easy targets, and there goes shot fire at the Sherman. Almost got the Major there, more men moving in. There you go, the Major goes down, Rifleman also going down. He's desperately trying to get out the point. He's, I think, actually making a really bad call, to be honest. Sacrificing so much infantry just to keep a point. We still got the lead. I think he's being a bit too overexcited here. He's making some pretty bad calls, how to say that exactly. Panzer going to need some repairs. Another Major out there for artillery for reconnaissance. Twistedtootsy clearly likes his artillery and he likes his reconnaissance, which is very sensible. Telemines then in case of a flank, and fresh S-mines as well. Looks like Twistedtootsy's in it for another flank here, where Heinous is interesting enough not mining. Despite this is where most of the recent flanks from Twistedtootsy's been, he's not been mining here at all, but now it seems like he's moving the Pioneers towards it, but he could be too late. 50 cal, they could still be crewed. Sherman with the Ostrom here, tank through them with high rates of fire, high volumes of death. Very good. Mines being attempted here, but might not be in time. Pushing back the 50 cal there, and there we go. Telemines done. Ostrom retreating, Pioneers retreating. Panzer IV almost good to go. Panzer IV acting basically as a strong point in the center. There you go, artillery called in. Deep flank here from Twistedtootsy with the Shermans. Deep flank. We got the pack forward here sort of covering it, slightly expecting, but I don't think he's expecting it being this deep, and there you go. Sherman's rolling in here, leading with the ace, could probably lay down the smoke, and there you go, takes several penetrating hits through it. Already half health, this is, you know, where smoke's been thrown, the assault would have been great, but also getting a better chance of getting out, and there you go. Loses the ace, a massive blow here to Twistedtootsy, a massive loss. We did it, yeah, we killed Brad Pitt, huzzah! I don't have to watch his movies anymore. There you go, Sherman down to half of the Panther Force, go for it. There you go, Blitzkrieg, Heinous, smells blood, he goes for the kill, gets it, leaving Twistedtootsy without, and there you go, tries to crash both rifle squads. Twistedtootsy hit retreat, but at this stage, the difference between the two is so big, he basically has to give it, and there you go, GG, game over, a brutal slaughter here, very close fight, heavy casualties on both sides. In the end though, Heinous pulled it through with an Ostrom build without using the Panzerfaust early on in active stall, but he was still pretty close. Had Twistedtootsy, I think, made a few more right calls and, you know, been a bit less, I would say, short-sighted. He might have been able to pull through there. Heinous at times I feel like did not put enough pressure. It could have been more aggressive at times and maybe also benefit from more mines early because the ones here certainly paid themselves off. But overall, I'd say well played by Heinous. Stone cold play and certainly good. So, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this double feature. Learned something from it. Had some excitement with it. If you did, you know, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. And also big thanks to Dion for donating, support the Propagandacaster, allowing me to keep making videos like these day after day. So if you like what I do consider donating as well. Links in the video description. Patreon, PayPal, all that helps me out a ton. So do, you know, throw me a penny or $1 or a lot. This is Imperial signing off. You all are one for all. Just hope you all tomorrow again for another signing episode. Bye.